Hello everybody, welcome back. We are here on T10 Day 1 again, out in Null with the Nagalfar. I've learned a couple of things since I have last seen you guys. We had a pretty good stream yesterday on World of Tanks, although I feel like the positioning of my mic could have been a little better to try to pick up my voice, but oh well. That's just how it goes when you're playing a new game. Not really new to me, but on stream. Um, Things that I've learned. Uh, where do I even start? My. The first thing I have to say is I really need to be better about reading my implants and what the effect is. Because it would have been useful for me to know more about my implant when when we were doing the anomaly yesterday. Or 2 days ago, I guess. The one with the elites in it, the Inquisitor anomaly. Because what I should have done, hello Jenner, welcome, is I should have turned off my artillery cover implant in order to get that increased range back. Yes, I would lose tracking speed, but most of those elite battleships we ran into were slowed down to the point where it was no longer an issue of tracking for my main cannons. Hey Snoopy, how you doing? So the secondary effect here is while it is active rather than passive sitting. It says it increases the cannon's tracking speed and decreases range. So if I go into my fit right now, you'll see that I have a range here with a fall off of 51.41. When I go and activate my implant, I'm really sitting here with like 38, I think it was, 36, 34, somewhere in there. I'm doing good, Snoopy. It's good to see you today. And that 3.4 tracking is more than enough once I get this Stasis Grappler ramped up. So on those battleships that like to run away, I need to make sure I'm turning off my implant so I can have that better range. Hey, Tapazoid, how you doing today? Good to see you. So these are just little things that I've learned over the last couple of days that I've been out here. There's a lot about cannons that I'm not used to because I'm so used to flying my missile ships. It is one of the reasons why I looked at getting the Nagalfar on this character. Yeah, I could have used, like, the capital autocannons, and that's fine. But it is, since I like to be at 0 a lot of the time, um, the, the smaller guns, the barreled weapons, are usually better for me. Just another one of those randoms in here. Kinda weird. gonna wait a moment. Maybe I need to respond to Corliss, but no, he's here in with me. So neither of us are in danger right now. We're just gonna wait for him to pass on by. So that was the biggest thing that I learned. Um, and it will help me in the future as long as I remember that. I appreciate it, Jitter. Uh, well, let's go ahead and get started with our
Undocking.
running. Seems like it's pretty high traffic today, so we're just gonna keep an eye on what's going on and respond accordingly. We have an unknown hidden rift and a capital test range in system. That's kind of cool. But I'm gonna work on the small anomalies today. I do spend a lot of my time out here just running the small anomalies, just in the hopes that we spawn something interesting. Because even if I'm not going to run it, someone else, um, someone else might want to run it as well.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack.
Something else that was a little bit interesting that I found from the responses on YouTube and on our Discord, there seems to be a little bit of confusion on which close-in weapon system to use, when to use it, or why you would use it. Um, the, my personal preference is the anti-ship close-in defense gun, just because it has that extra range, and the tracking is generally more than enough. 137 tracking when it's full up is enough to hit most frigates as long as you have maybe a web or grappler on them. Some of the slower frigates, you can find that this will handle them without an issue. And it's definitely, even when it's initially going after you kill somebody, it will still have just
Enemy
enough
ships
tracking.
detected. We're under attack.
28.8 to kind of deal with those ships as they come in. So that's why I like the anti-ship. However, if you're going into something like one of these capital anomalies where there's just an absolute ton of fighters, you're going to be a lot better off running the versatile so you can save your tank. It'll also give you pretty good bounty ticks from killing those fighters. So running the versatile there is going to be a shorter range option, but it'll handle frigates, fighters, things like that.
Enemy ships detected.
And keep you alive from that kind of DPS.
We're under attack.
Nah, I'm good. The last close-in weapon is a little weird because it kind of replicates what the versatile one does, and it's just not the best option. I think it's really good for a PvP setup where you're trying to protect yourself from the vast amount of fighters, lightweight ships, things like that. But it's just not that good compared to the anti-ship or the versatile. Because it only targets fighters or lightweight ships. You'll notice here that with my implant active, I'm at 38.56 kilometers accuracy fall off. And that's kind of the thing that I would need to work on. Trying to remember to turn it off.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, it's quite a lot of tracking for the versatile, which is why it's so much better at handling the capital anomalies and protecting yourself from those smaller, much faster targets. It's something that you won't have to focus on with your main weapons if you have that in one of those anomalies. But doing what I'm doing here, we don't really need all that much tracking speed. We just need to kill them before they start moving.
We're under attack.
Which is pretty much what this thing does, the anti-ship. It's very useful for this. There we go.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
that range is helping me out pretty good here, just helping clear out these battleships a little bit at a time. It does not hurt to have an additional, like, 1500, 1600 DPS when you're talking about
Enemy
clearing out
ships detected.
these larger ships.
We're under attack. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
I keep seeing the cameras move around that I'm watching, and it's sketching me out. So far, I've been, like, really happy with... I've been really happy with the Nagalfar. And now that I know where my issues happened for that Inquisitor, I'm more liable to go into another Inquisitor and show off, like, that
Warp drive
content
active.
again. And how I can handle it better. Oh, I think someone might have been through here. I don't see anybody
We're under attack.
on grid. We'll see what happens with this guy.
Autopilot engaged.
I think I'm just gonna dock up, just in case this guy tries anything. Never mind, we should be fine now. It is a little weird that he's just kinda hanging around.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
He might just be like a PI thief or something. Don't really know. But he seems to be pretty quick between systems. Once he's already been through a system. So it suggests to me that he's moving planet to planet, just seeing if there's any boxes he can grab on the way through. And on the way back, he's just jumping as quick as he can. He could also just be marking where people are located. Who knows, but I'm always going to assume ill intent from anyone that's not Alliance or whatnot, so that way I can always be prepared to respond. It's taking a minute to align here. Guess I didn't do that quite right.
Warp drive active.
That is okay.
We're under attack.
There's some people moving through. Don't know what that was. But it was BT to Ada. Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on it.
Enemy ships detected.
See if they pop up anywhere closer.
We're under attack.
So another thing that people had mentioned on the YouTube channel, they wish that I would have shown off more of this character's progression. But to be fair with you, since we're already doing the Alpha to Omega progression and their journey through Tech 8 to Tech 10 right now, it's exactly what this character is doing, except for the only difference between what they're doing and what this character has done. This character has a year and a half of Omega Duo. I did this so that way I could always return to this character, if I ever sit them for a little while we get busy with the alphas, or if we're busy with our main character during an event. So I went ahead and bought a year and a half of Omega Duo for this character, which came with the benefit of a bunch of implant materials, which we then sold for about, I think it was 27 billion we sold those materials for. And then I took the ISK from my main character, which was around 20 billion at the time, and transferred it to this character so he could get access to a Nagalfar.
Enemy ships detected.
The Nagalfar was a great deal.
We're under attack.
There may have been some
We're under attack.
misunderstanding of its actual value, or maybe the individual just wanted to get rid of it. I'm not really sure, but it was a fantastic deal. In a contract, as this ship sits, it's worth somewhere around 58 billion in a contract. I was able to pick it up for 35 billion. And I only assume that maybe the cost of this ship was misunderstood, is because if you just look at the value of the ship when it's in your hangar, it shows 38 billion. So when the individual might have been thinking that the ship was only worth 38 and they were okay to part with it for 35, the contract value was actually 58. So you always want to be looking out for those people who are either willing to offer a good deal, or you can work with them to try to get the deal that you want. But thank you so much to the individual that sold me this ship. It was very nice of you. Whatever the reason was, whether you just wanted to give me a good deal because I'm me,
We're under
or
attack.
if maybe you misunderstood, thank you. I really appreciate it. Streamer discount. Yeah, I don't know. That could also be the case. I don't really know, but it's less likely for someone to know this account from the 2 videos that I've done with it, or 3 videos that I've done with it. They're more likely to come across my alphas or my main account and recognize that. Like, I'm not that large of a streamer or a YouTuber, so it's also highly unlikely that that was any reason there either. So I really do thank you guys for being here and hanging out, talking to me. Technically, I am the #1 Emeco streamer on Twitch. That's kind of funny. I'm at least the #1 in how often I stream, but when there's someone like
enemy ships detected.
any of the others, who have a lot more,
We're under attack.
I'm sure they blow my numbers way out of the water. And that's awesome. I love it. if we can get Eve Echoes to have a pretty active Twitch channel, it would be really nice if we could talk the developers into maybe doing like Twitch drops and stuff like that. That could be really awesome to get community involvement and things like that.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Right. So yeah, that's pretty much why I didn't show you the progression of this character. It wasn't anything outside of what I had already done and shown off.
Warp drive active.
We're under attack.
I really have considered running the irregular capital autocannons rather than the barreled autocannons. And that's something I may test out
Enemy ships detected.
one of these days.
We're
Ooh,
under
done for
attack.
today? Hey, Ism, how you doing today? You done with work, Snoopy, or you just... What are you done with? Oh, no, you're gonna do some needle jacking tomorrow, huh? Well, fly dangerously. Oh, yeah. Toothaches do suck. Hopefully you'll recover from that.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Well, make sure you share some of your kill mails if you do get a kill mail. That'd be fun to see. Maybe we can do like a video showing off like everybody's kill mail for the week.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
I think there could be some fun there. We can do biggest loss of the week too. Number one person to lose anything would always be Gina. So I am losing a little bit of time by not turning off my siege mode earlier. But it's not a huge deal for me. We're already making way more ISK than what we would do running the Shanghai through labs in Portler. Ooh. I wonder if this month or next month we're gonna have another Interstellar Bazaar. I think it'll be next month.
We're under attack.
Yeah, I think it'll be next month.
Enemy ships detected.
Yeah, that last Interstellar Bazaar was
We're
really
under
good.
attack.
So hopefully the next one's gonna be kind of similar to CyberX. That would be really cool. I don't know what to expect from this company. Oh god, what are you gonna try? Are you going into the rift? Don't go into the rift. We don't need to lose 2 capitals in one day.
Enemy ships detected.
Yeah, depending on what's available,
We're under attack.
I may choose to go for a capital nanocore, on a couple of characters, or I'll go for one supercarrier nanocore, depending on how good the core is. If I could get my hands on the Starbreak or Star Melody nanocore for the Aeon Wyvern, whatever you want, that would be my preferred option. And if I could get Starbreak on my... Oh, okay. That's what he's doing. If I could get Starbreak on my Nagalfar, that would be really good. It would save my Nagalfar so often.
Enemy ships detected.
I have never seen an old nanocore be updated to a new
We're under
ship.
attack.
Although they do still do it when it's like the same hull. So, for example, the Phoenix nanocores were updated to fit the Phoenix Bodyguard when that came out, but it does not include the Karura. Or you get things like the Raven nanocores were updated for the Raven Strikers and the Raven Navy issue. A Willed Steel Core is okay, I think. How good is that for the Hubris? Or how good would that be for the Hubris? I don't really know. Because I don't think it exists right now, right? Oh man, yeah, Starbreak for the new tactical carriers would be kinda crazy. Wow, that's crazy that you have that
Warp
much
drive
healing
active.
every 3-second rep. Wow. Um, I, you might be. We can check it out. Actually, I don't think you are because you're not targeting any of the enemies. I think you're fine. You are not stealing bounties, I can already tell you that.
We're under attack.
Yeah, if you want to just loot as I go, that's fine. I can't really pick anything up anyway, so... You might as well. Turn it into minerals and whatever.
Enemy ships detected.
Covert Noctis would be disgusting.
We're
You would be
under
ninja
attack.
looting like everything. Wow. That would be really awesome if you could get that much healing out of the Will of Steel, Snoopy. That actually would be awesome. Interesting.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Yeah, and I don't have access to that, I don't think. I'm not the, fleet creator. Or whatever. That's a pretty good way to get Omega
Enemy
for your
ships
ult.
detected. We're under attack.
Just follow people around. Or like follow your main character around. You know, with how many things we can reprocess out here, I would not be surprised if we could completely fund, like, a Tech 9 battleship program. Yeah, you have to be in the same fleet to steal bounties. Unless you target and damage things.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I know we can do capitals out here. But if we wanted, like, you need to dock, Jenner. I'm in the middle of warping to an anomaly.
Autopilot engaged.
We're under attack.
I should be okay. Yep, he left.
Warp drive active.
I'm just gonna dock in case. In case he's just faking it out.
Destination reached.
Yeah, I don't think he will right now. God, I really need to get this thing to level 30. Oh, hell. It reset my, my missions. And we're gonna update these. Alright. I think we'll be good now.
Undocking. Warp drive active.
Yeah, I guess there's a lot to consider for that guy if he wanted to come in here. He also could just be one of us, but he's disguised right now. So that's a thing.
We're under attack.
Grace's Pirate is normally an NPC, but recently there was a faction warfare update where you can disguise your player name by joining a pirate faction. And it allows you free PvP. On anybody, without being, told your name or anything like that.
Enemy ships detected.
Or even what your ship is.
We're
It
under
does
attack.
tell you, yeah, it is another player. How you doing today, Larry? Yeah. Yeah, technically we would not even know it. The only information that you would have on that player is what rank that player is with that faction. So whether they're like
Enemy
a
ships detected.
captain or a sergeant,
We're under attack.
that's the only information you'll get on that player.
We're being warp scrambled. Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Get a few good screenshots here. That's okay. Alright. And I'll just wait a moment until you show up.
Warp drive active.
While the drops out here are not very valuable, the materials that you get from them are worth more, than what the drops are actually worth. So, if you go ahead and reprocess everything out here, you could very quickly build whatever ship you
We're
are
under attack.
working toward. It's also a good way to get materials for rigs. So it's definitely something that players should be doing in nullsec. Yeah, so level 8s will not have Level 8s will not have battleships in them. Level 9s have a chance to have battleships, I think,
Enemy
but level
ships
10s will
detected.
always have multiple battleships.
We're under attack.
But you have to be able to take actually quite a lot of DPS. If you can do large level 8s, you should be able to clear, like a small level 9 or a small level 10. And that's what you see me running here, is the smalls. Okay.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Oh yeah, definitely stole the bounty takes there. So far,
Enemy ships detected.
the most I've gotten was...
We're under attack.
let's see, I think it was down here. It was 33 million, plus an additional, like, 6 million from the corporation thing. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good for minimal skills in this ship. I would say if I was doing only larges and I had a little bit better skills for cannons and close-in weapons, I'd be looking closer to like a 70 million tick, I think.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, I mean, 10 million is really good for where you're at right now. I assume you're probably flying a cruiser or a battlecruiser? Oh, hello, Jenner. I saw you.
We're under attack.
And it's funny because I would... Yeah, both lasers and missiles are one of the best options. Oracle is a
Enemy
great
ships
ship.
detected.
I used to fly one a lot. So, I would say maybe stick with lasers since you're
under
already
attack.
on lasers. Because when you get to Tech 9, you can get into an Apocalypse. And at Tech 10, you can get into Apocalypse Striker, Apocalypse Navy issue. And those are monstrous ships. They are like the king of PvE right now. And still have been. Missiles are just easier to use, and especially for AI. Missiles are much easier for an AI ship to run with.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Okay, cool. Have you considered picking up a multi... whatever that implant is? Multi-frequency crystal? This one? This one's gonna be really good for you as a Oracle pilot or a laser pilot.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
What idea are you going for now? Oh, you left the... Okay. Just don't be near me, because my sea whiz will tear you apart. Okay, you should be fine now. Maybe it'll be easier. Okay, let me do this. And I can just ping you every time
Located here.
I'm done. Oh. Use the wrong module. Oh, God. I keep hitting the wrong thing. Stop it. Yep. There we go. We should be good now.
Warp drive active.
Ooh, 45 days from T9. Very nice. I would definitely look at either upgrading your Oracle if you really like it to an Oracle 2, or look at a Apocalypse. Apocalypse is going to be a lot better for most things. But if you really like the Oracle, then upgrade to an Oracle 2. It'll do just as fine. Maybe just not as long range, but they will both perform well.
We're under attack.
Yeah, the anniversary gifts were so generous this year. I'm very, very happy with those.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Yeah, if the Oracle 2 is a really good ship, and like I said, it is worth upgrading to that. At Tech 10, you might want to make the choice to swap up to a battleship. Because the Apocalypse Navy or the Apocalypse Striker are just gonna be way better than Oracle 3. It's
Enemy
almost
ships
no
detected.
competition how much better those are than the Oracle 3.
We're under attack.
It's too fragile to do the
Enemy
Inquisitors.
ships detected.
And only because the
We're
Inquisitors
under
warp
attack.
you in at 0. If it wasn't for that, it would be fine. Yeah, I mean, theoretically, you could maybe save up enough to get a Dreadnought at Tech 10, but it's so unlikely.
located here.
Lucent Moon has 3 different forms. It can be a Logi, it can be a carrier, or it can be a tactical carrier.
Warp drive active.
Okay, I also changed the bounty option. That way you can just sit and you're fine.
We're under
Yeah, I
attack.
was able to pick up this Nagalfar for 35 billion with all of this fit. And fully fueled and delivered and all that. So I'm pretty happy with it. It was a good option.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
That's pretty good. Yeah, mine came fully fitted, like you see here.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Yeah, it feels like forever ago, doesn't it?
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Wow, 2 years. Yeah, I think back then they were pretty much mass producing the dreads because that's all we really had, and the carriers were not that great at the time. Or at least carriers were looked down upon at that time. Okay, that's...
Located here.
Hey. I hate when it jacks that up.
Warp drive active.
You know, I have missed out on so many opportunities in this game. Now I just look at them come and go and go, okay, bye. I'll get the next one. I mean, many of us had the opportunity a long time ago to go farm nullsec anomalies and just buy every bit of flex off of the market. Yeah, but then they probably would have, like, taken those away from you, and that would have sucked.
We're under attack.
Lots of movement.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Yeah, my experience with EVE Online was not enough to realize how far Flex would go. Because at the time in EVE Online, Flex was only like 5 million per. So I thought, okay, there's no way it's going much higher than that in EVE Echoes. I was very wrong. And at that time, I was more interested in industry.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Which did not make much ISK at that time either. It was hard to get anything to, it was hard to build anything. Yeah, literally half the range. It's disgusting how bad they are.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Jinner, do you happen to have the math for how many of these encounters we would have to do, or how many of these anomalies we would have to do to build, like, an Astero? All of the salvagers got buffed recently on their range a little bit. And then of course it would just be the cost of PI. But I was curious. Okay, looks like we made it through all the smalls. That's pretty good. Now we're gonna start working on the mediums.
Located here.
Warp drive active.
It wasn't a silent buff, it was just at the bottom of the patch notes for the anniversary event. Oh, interesting. Huh. Yeah, it's just the PI that's, I would have to afford. Which really should not be that bad, considering. I was thinking about it, not really sure if I really want to do anything with it right now.
We're under attack.
Yeah. Radio should be like 16 hours or something like that. It's almost double, if not more than double, the Astero. Oh, I don't suppose we have a lab here, do we?
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Whatever labs are available out here. I know I don't have the DPS to deal with a Cyan, but I have more than enough tank.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Yeah, it would be nice to see if there was one in system.
ships detected.
Alright, so we're at
We're under attack.
1422. It's okay. I could definitely have a lot better bounty ticks. With some better skills. Yeah, I'll have to think on that, Jitter. It's unlikely that I will, because this character is so much more focused on capital ships. And I'd like to be able to show off all of the capital ships doing this. So that's what this character's main goal is. I think the next ship I really want to look at is the Revelation.
Enemy ships detected.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
We're under attack.
Hopefully we can get you back up and running. Maybe we can make some corp assets for capital ships and stuff. I do not have the implant for it right now. Yeah, probably no way to get a Morris up here. I think that would get killed along the way. Yeah, now I've got pretty much no access to that Midgard. With it being out here in Nullsec. It's not like it's sitting in Eistadorn still.
Enemy ships detected.
Okay, these are all the industrial ships.
We're under attack. We're under attack.
What are you jealous of? Well, I'm sure there's a way you can get out. I have no idea about emotes or anything like that. I don't even want to touch them right now.
Warp drive active.
I mean, it's pretty easy to find your way into a Null Court. It's harder to find your way into a Null Court that you will enjoy. Or a location that you would enjoy.
We're under attack.
Yeah, I've been through... This is now my third nullsec corporation. I started with Shadow under Void. That was a few years ago now. I then spent one year with Adam. And now I have joined another one.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Which I can't really talk about. But you can find out pretty easily. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking to move a high-sec corporation into an alliance, into a nullsec alliance, that's gonna be pretty much impossible. It would require you to drop... It would pretty much require you to drop, the corp you're in and join another corp out in nullsec.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
The biggest thing that a high-sec corporation can offer is a way to vet newer players. So, if a new player wanted to join a nullsec corporation in EVE Online, typically that corporation would have a sister corporation in HighSec that player could sit in for 60 or 90 days learn what they're all about, learn what they want to do, build up their skills, build up their knowledge, and then after those 60 or 90 days, they could then move out to the Nullsec Corporation. We don't do that often in Eve Echoes, and I think we should.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Speaking of which, I don't even know what our tax percentage is. Okay, that would be our first good bounty tick out here. Okay, that's what I thought, I just wasn't sure. So that would be our first good bounty tick. It was 32,234,000 with an additional 6.4 million. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I know you have said that in the past, I just didn't know how much that kind of came out to, if it was a percentage of the bounty, or... or what? Why don't we have, like, a 1%? I'm sure you guys have a very good reason, and you've talked about being taxed to death in your previous location. But I am curious. Maybe you can send that through on Discord.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Okay. I mean, I guess that's fine. But it would be a lot easier with the 1% tax on everything. But if it works, it works. It is all good. Yeah, I get that. I think I still have another 3 or so days, maybe 4 days before I can actually donate to the Corp. But after that, I'll drop 4 billion in there. 3 for you, Jitter, and then... Actually, I'll have to look at what I owe you after I give you the whatchamacallit. The compilers. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, so under Adam, they had a requirement of donating, I think it was like $1 billion a week or something like that.
Enemy ships detected.
Whether it be materials or
We're under attack.
ISK. It was just dreadful.
We're under attack.
Yeah. Yeah, that was without a POS slot. If I was to have a POS, it would have been 5 billion a week. If I remember correctly. It was either like 2.5 or 5, something like that. And then they also wanted their people to own some other things that they would also charge for. That's pretty cool.
Warp drive active.
I guess the only thing I really care about is being able to make enough fuel for my ships plus to keep that thing running. Everything else would go to Corp.
We're under attack.
Yeah, true. There we go.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for following me around, Jinner. I appreciate it. I think I want to get a few more bounty ticks in before I call it a day. We've already made like 300 million so far. Combat mining. Yep, that's exactly how this is.
Enemy ships detected. We're under attack.
Now that would be something, wouldn't it? The jump freighters don't have mid slots? I thought they did. I guess I don't remember correctly. I don't know, it just sounds like we need combat freighters.
We're under attack.
Things that can defend themselves if they get jumped. Damn, I really do enjoy just sitting here blasting ships. It is so much fun for me. I know a lot of people in this game just find it absolutely boring and they would much rather be out there doing PvP or some other activity. But with how busy my days are, it's just nice to sit here, not really think too much, keep an eye on local, which, speaking of, we have a certain friend nearby that Garista's private from earlier. That's funny. Yeah, so in about 5 hours, we could probably get enough minerals just on small anomalies. Because everything you mined there was all smalls except for one medium. Or 2 mediums, maybe. Thank you for thank you for dropping by, Snoopy. I appreciate it. Have a good night.
We're under attack.
Okay, so we've got 2 individuals that are nearby. Like 4 jumps out or so. I think what we'll do is after this anomaly, we are going to call it a day. Seems like things are starting to heat up a little bit in the area. I'm just watching cameras right now. Okay. Okay, this should be the
Enemy
last
ships
wave we
detected.
have to do.
We're under attack.
Yeah, World of Tanks has a lot to learn and a lot of content. It's a fun game. It's just, sometimes they make some... sometimes they make some questionable decisions, the developers. But that's okay. They're a lot better than they used to be, I'll say that much. But yeah, the World of Tanks is very entertaining to watch, especially if it's a good streamer. Because a lot of those people will just go absolutely crazy.
Autopilot engaged.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and head back to our home. Get docked up for the night. Like I said, we've made somewhere in the range of like 300 million today. I'm pretty happy about that. We haven't played all that long, it's been about 2 hours. If I went and did the... If I went and did my, commendations on all of it, we would probably be looking closer to 450 million with my commendations.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, not bad at all. This is pretty much... This is pretty much the same income I would get on the Shanghai if I have a laboratory mission to do every single reset. And as you know, I am pretty well skilled into into fighters and things like that for the Shanghai. So I'm very happy with that. Just wait a little bit longer here. Wait for that bounty tick to roll in. How many more levels can I get? Oh, a lot. Okay. And this resets in 5 days. So I'm gonna have to be out here a lot until the end of this. Okay, there's our bounty tick. What did we get? 31. Still pretty good. So long as I'm doing like mediums and larges, the bounty ticks are pretty good. Alright, thank you for joining me today, Jitter. And thank you everybody for being here and enjoying the nullsec adventure that we're having. I know it won't always be like super exciting or super informative. Especially since I'm mostly a PvE guy. So we just chat about the game, have fun, talk about what you're doing. It's a great time. Hopefully in the future I'll be able to show off other dreadnoughts, other content out here. Maybe one day somebody will try to jump us. But for now, thank you all so much for your support, and have a great day. Take care, and be safe.